there's something about, we know people have been talking wild on these internet streets. We know that it's clout chasing is at an all-time high.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we get it. The new American dream is being a content creator, an influencer, a thought leader in a thing, whatever, we're two people who are kind of adjacent to that, and at the same time got to think about what are the ethics of being adjacent to that, even if you're not quite that.
Yeah.
However, with that said, something happened to all of us during the heart of the pandemic, because we're still in an enduring pandemic. And at one point, we could have said, oh, those white people over there, look at them, the yoga to alt-right pipeline, the crunchy to alt-right pipeline, the this to the alt-right pipeline. But a funny thing happened. It started happening to us. Right. We got, Black women are being radicalized too in that divine feminine situation, but that's not what this conversation is about. So I want you to explore. I want you to.
The crystals, man, the crystals.
Yo, real talk. There literally is a crystal to essential oil pipeline.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Our
people are not okay, and I'm not gonna front. Ooh, okay. I didn't mean to say this, but I'm gonna say this.
Please.
At the height of the pandemic, on some real ass shit, my heart was severely broken because I actually did see a lot of us who, Black progressives, Black leftists, people who would identify as nationalists, parroting a QAnon, parroting an anti-vax, parroting a very alt-right-ish kind of rhetoric, however, because they Black, because perhaps they're queer, because perhaps they're Black and queer.
Come on.
I'm doing something different from what the right is doing. It's just like, everything Black people do ain't radical, and everything Black people do is not good for Black people. Yeah. So actually, before I ask that question, what was your experience with your own comrades? And did you feel as if some people fell into a weird cultish hole as well?
Yes. So as organizers, I want to say this so people don't have to assume it. We're compassionate people. So, these critiques that I have that I'm going to lay out are based in the fact that, we love our people and we want them to be critical thinkers, which is one of the first values for Black Men Build. I've absolutely 1,000% within my family, my friend group, my external comrades, my close comrades, seen a new thread. And this is a concept that I'm playing around with. So this comes from me, you gotta own your eye. But there's a gerrymandering of consciousness that's happening. So
come on, brother, give it to me.
It's a weird thing. Y'all know what a gerrymander is. It's a weird cut district, y'all. A district that it looks like they just concocted a drawing and drew up a district. So I'm using this to say that I've been in conversations. I know you've had this experience, and sat down with a brother or sister, and we really bonded on a very specific thing. We were like, I'm like, oh yeah, you one of my people. And the immediate next thing they said, I was like, wait, how did you get from this to this to this to this to this? And I think over the last 2-3 years, the vaccine in particular has opened up a doorway for a lot of other ideas to start to grow within our people. And it's been very, very hard as an organizer to navigate through all of that. So I just want to be honest with that. We Black Men Build, nor do I have an answer to it, because what we've had to do with Black Men Build, to be honest, is taking the vaccine case as a test case. We had a number of mass calls. We do them every month online, where we addressed specifically the vaccine. And our goal as Black Men Build is to make sure that all of our people, in particular Black men, in particular heterosexual Black men, know that the movement is where they're supposed to be at. This is, you know, we don't got to agree on everything, but you over here, you're not over there. So we have these calls specifically to wade in those waters. And I'll make this quicker, but we got to a point, we had a call with a Black male, young, not no lame cornball, doctor, medical doctor, a close friend of mine, and Dr. Armin Henderson, a Black woman epidemiologist, okay? And I believe, I forget the third person that we had, but they had credentials. They had things on their wall, and they were Black people and loved Black people. And people was just like, oh, you entitled to your opinion. And all they were saying was, we've read the studies, I've gotten the vaccine. I will have my children get the vaccine. We think that Black people should take advantage of something that can help them right now. And the response from a lot of people was, well, they're entitled to their opinion. And so what Black Men Build then did, and being very transparent, is we said, we're not telling you to get the vaccine or not to get the vaccine. What we are telling you is that people that you should trust, that you should acknowledge as being intelligent people, are telling you there's nothing wrong with the vaccine. You see how carefully I'm choosing my words? And that the people who are telling you not to take the vaccine do not present the level of expertise on their side. That's all we're saying. And as an organization, that was very, very hard for me to go from a place of saying, hey, y'all, here's truths that should be universally accepted, to then saying something a little bit more objective, and saying, hey, here are truths, and we believe that your truths are unfounded. And so it's been a very hard place to navigate. I have personal family who still haven't gotten it. And then what has been harder, what you've been talking about, Lucy, is what then the right wing does is that if you agree with us that vaccines are bad, you must also agree that. And what I want is for our people actually to come to a place to say, I agree with this random person that vaccines are not for me. Fine. They're not for me. The US medical system is foul. True. Vaccines are not for me, but I want our people to be astute and love us enough to say, just because I agree with this fool over here, this dude over here, this idiot over here, I'm sorry. On this one thing doesn't mean they become a guru on all other matters. You know, and that's what I want to push our people to do. And not to then also, and I'm sorry, I could go on a rant about this way longer. I'm gonna cut myself.
Please do, because I've had relationships with some deep comrade relationships being cannibalized, like might not ever recover type shit. Yeah. Like, and I know I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. Like, this is dividing. This will continue to divide our people, specifically who work towards Black liberation, because studies show it is people who live at the intersection of poverty, who live at the intersection of race, who are more likely to die from COVID and everything else. So I find it interesting that you can say that people are saying that I love Black people, but I don't love Black people enough to do the thing that keeps Black children, Black disabled people, Black immunocompromised people, Black elderly people alive.
Black incarcerated people who shouldn't be incarcerated, let's be clear, but Black incarcerated people as well. I just wanted to add, I want our people to be able to be astute enough to say, I agree with this personality on one thing, therefore they are not my guru. And also be able to say, I don't agree with this thing with this social justice left activist, but that doesn't mean nothing else they have to say is also of value. You know what I'm saying? I want our people to do both, not because I want to be your homie or your friend,
right?
I just believe that we are entitled to, yes, have a difference of opinions, but there are facts and there are truths in the world. And we cannot afford to allow people who, quite frankly, think we're idiots anyway, to play us and continue to play us and use our natural and in some ways justifiable distrust of the US medical system to then feed us anti-women rhetoric, anti-immigrant rhetoric, anti-educational rhetoric. We cannot allow people to do that. And so I would say for anybody listening, if you, your family, your people have a principle or religious stance against vaccines, great. We disagree on that. But I still want to holler at you. I still want to holler at you about the way that you treat your sister. And look, in 40 years, if I grow a third arm because I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, look, I'll come to you. I'll be like, dog, you right, man. You was